Hello everyone and welcome back to MMA Lad. In today's news, McGregor meets Trump and sparks controversy. Conor McGregor is back in the headlines, and this time it's got nothing to do with fighting. McGregor was a guest of honor at the White House for St. Patrick's Day and met with Donald Trump alongside his partner and 4 children. Trump praised McGregor's work ethic, calling him inspiring.
I shoot, it's one of my own. I just get you what to do on. I tell you what, your work ethic is inspiring. Your work ethic is inspiring.
But things got even more heated when McGregor took the podium in the White House press briefing room and went off on the Irish government, saying,
"Music to the people of Ireland's ears, because never on the main stage has the issues the people of Ireland face been spoke. You know, our government has long since abandoned the voices of the people of Ireland, and it's high time that America is made aware of what is going on in Ireland. What is going on in Ireland is a travesty. Our government is the government of zero action with zero accountability. You know, our money is being spent on overseas issues that has nothing to do with the Irish people. The illegal immigration racket is running ravage on the country. There are rural towns in Ireland that have been overrun in one swoop, that have become a minority in one swoop. So issues need to be addressed, and the 40 million Irish Americans, as I said, need to hear this, because if not, there will be no place to come home and visit."
McGregor blasted Ireland's immigration policies, claiming that small towns are being overrun overnight and that taxpayer money is being wasted on overseas issues instead of fixing problems at home. But Irish leaders weren't happy. Prime Minister Michael Martin responded on X saying, "St. Patrick's Day around the world is a day rooted in community, humanity, friendship, and fellowship. Conor McGregor's remarks are wrong and do not reflect the spirit of St. Patrick's Day or the views of the people of Ireland." Meanwhile, the Irish public seems divided. Some fans praised McGregor for saying what others are afraid to, while others called him out for not truly representing Ireland. What do you think? Is McGregor speaking the truth or just stirring controversy? Let us know what you think by leaving a comment. Islam Makhachev shows off his new savage choke. Islam Makhachev might have just added another weapon to his arsenal, and it's looking scary. A young fighter from Spain who traveled all the way to Dagestan to train for years found himself on the receiving end of Makhachev's new submission technique. And let's just say, it did not end well. The footage, which is going viral, shows Makhachev testing out a brutal new choke, leaving his training partner completely helpless. Afterward, Makhachev casually asks, "You good?" as the young fighter struggles to recover. Fans are already speculating, could this be a new secret weapon for his next title defense? Is Makhachev evolving into an even bigger problem for the division? If he starts pulling off new submission techniques on elite contenders, the lightweight division might be in serious trouble. If Islam Makhachev is one of your favorite UFC fighters, be sure to leave a like on this video to support the channel. Thanks in advance. Tom Aspinall is tired of waiting for Jon Jones.
Jon Jones, you don't know where you stand. Dana said it's the biggest fight in UFC history now, so...
Yeah, I've had enough talking about it, mate. I'm honestly bored of it. We'll see what happens. Yeah, we'll just see. I'm ready to fight whenever they tell me, so just let me know. I'll be there.
Everyone thinks you're a bit of like a quintessential good guy. Could we see a heel turn at some point in the MMA world?
We might do. Who knows? Who knows?
At this rate, the UFC should consider striping Jon Jones of the title. Do you agree? Share your thoughts down in the comments. Charles Oliveira is now ducking Ilia Topuria. Here's a bombshell that's got MMA fans divided. Charles Oliveira has allegedly refused to fight Ilia Topuria. And the source? None other than Chael Sonnen. On the latest episode of Good Guy, Bad Guy, Sonnen claimed that he personally spoke to Du Bronx and went on to weigh in.
I had a meaningful conversation with Charles Oliveira. And I said, "Hey, Charles," because the way I see it, Daniel, there's really a fight for Ilia Topuria. And is Islam going to get that? Is Charles going to get that? Or is Sarukian going to get that? And I'm not convinced the company is going to ask for Islam to jump on that grenade right away. So if Charles or Sarukian could get that fight, they in a sense could get themselves a #1 contenders fight. And Charles Oliveira told me, and I told him, I said, "Charles, whatever your answer is, I'm going to make it public. I'm going to tell Daniel Cormier on ESPN." And he said, "Chael, I will only fight him, Ilia Topuria, if he wins the belt. If he comes up and can prove he belongs here, he's the world champion, I will then fight him." I said, "Charles, that's not the way this game is played. You can't make demands of guys before they're the champion." He said, "In this position, I can." This is my weight class. I hold a higher ranking. I've been a champion here before. This guy's all talk. He wants to fight me. He needs to come up, get the belt, put the belt on the line, and I'll take him on. I said, Charles, that sounds ridiculous, but I am going to repeat that.
According to Sonnen, Oliveira made it very clear he's not taking this fight unless Topuria is wearing gold. Chael even pushed back on this, telling Oliveira, that's not the way this game is played. Now here's the question, is Oliveira avoiding a dangerous fight, or is he just playing the long game, waiting for a bigger payday? Should Topuria get a shot at the former champ before winning the belt? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Meanwhile, Charles Oliveira also had some strong words about Conor McGregor. Speaking to Oddspedia, Oliveira completely shut down any hope of the Notorious returning, saying, "To be honest, I don't know why people are still talking about Conor McGregor. He's done everything he wanted to do in the sport, and now he's choosing to live his life the way he's living it. We've been waiting for him to come back, and Michael Chandler has been waiting for about 2 years, and he hasn't shown up. I think fans should forget about Conor McGregor coming back. He's not going to fight again." Now that's a bold statement. Oliveira is basically saying McGregor is done forever. But what do you think? Is Conor really retired, or is he just waiting for the perfect moment to make a comeback? Alex Volkanovski breaks down Islam versus Topuria. One man who knows both Islam Makhachev and Ilia Topuria better than anyone? Alexander Volkanovski. And he just gave his honest thoughts on how a fight between them would go. On the BYM Podcast with Michael Bisping and Paul Felder, Volk said,
"Gonna go. Look, yeah, I have fought both of them. Islam is going to be a hard man to beat. Like, I think for anyone, I think the only chance of him losing is someone, knocking him out, right? Like someone landing something. That's what I believe. I've always believed that about myself. The only way I would lose is, someone catching me rather than actually beating me. The only person that I believe will give me that close fight is Islam. You know what I mean? And I feel the same for Islam with a lot of the opposition. I think everyone has a puncher's chance. I think that's the only way I see him really losing, someone catching him. And if anyone could do it, it is Ilia. Ilia's obviously got some dangerous hands. So for people to just count him out, it's like, man, he's got power in his hands. He's going to be looking for it. He's composed, and even if things aren't going his way, he's going to keep looking for it, keep trying to find it until he does or until he loses. So, he's dangerous. Maybe if the gas tank goes, we'll see when he starts, them later rounds with someone like Islam. But early on, the first 3 rounds, he's going to be dangerous. You don't want to be getting caught by any of those punches. So if anyone could catch him, I think Ilia's right up there.
So, do you think Ilia Topuria has the knockout power to put Makhachev to sleep? Or will Islam's relentless pressure be too much for him to handle? Robert Whittaker says he has one more fight at middleweight division.
Are you still considering the move up to light heavyweight? And if you do still plan on it, do you have any idea as to who you would like to fight up there? Because you mentioned it in a previous episode.
I'm going to decide after this next fight.
So one more at middleweight at least?
At the very least.
Okay.
At the very least. Depending on, I'm going to really try and push the boundaries of muscle to weight ratio and everything.
All right.
Just see where we come up.
And you mentioned before, probably Sean Strickland would be a number one.
That would be great. That would be great in an international fight week.
Bryce Mitchell says demons are haunting him. In one of the strangest stories in MMA right now, Bryce Mitchell just claimed that his opponent at UFC 314, Jonathan Silva, has cast a spell on him. In a shocking Instagram video, Bryce revealed he has been tormented by demons every single night since the press conference, saying,
"Good morning, y'all. I need all my Christian warriors to pray for me that I would have peaceful sleep. Every single night since the day before the press conference, I've had demonic dreams. Legions of demons are attacking me every single time I sleep, and not one time have I seen any peaceful sleep since that day. These demons surround me, and they try to fight me and provoke me to anger, and then the dream will switch, and they'll send beautiful women, and they're trying to get me to lust, to cheat on my wife. Satan's using 2 of my weaknesses to try to expose the evil in my own heart, which is anger and lust. However, where I am weak, the Lord is strong. So please pray for me, especially if you're fasting right now. Please pray that I would have peaceful sleep, that God would send Michael, Gabriel, Uriel, and Raphael, Samson, and King David to watch over me and protect me with the shield of faith. I'm not just fighting a man on April 12th. I'm fighting a man possessed by a legion of demons. When I simply said the name Jesus, he was provoked to maliciousness. And he started barking like a dog and chanting, F you, F you, F you. The days of me fighting for myself are long gone. I now fight for the name of the Lord. And the devil, he ain't gonna waste his time trying to plague a loser. He knows that a victory for the Lord is at hand. I will win this fight in the name of Jesus Christ. The man's demons will be casted out of my presence, and he will fall before me just as Goliath fell before King David.
According to Bryce, these demons are trying to provoke his anger and tempt him with women to cheat on his wife. Sean Strickland, never one to hold back, responded by tweeting, I love Bryce, don't hold this against me, but therapy would do him wonders. If every time I had an intrusive thought I thought, oh it's the devil, I'd lose my mind. Intrusive thoughts aren't the devil, Bryce. Probably just fight anxiety manifesting itself in thoughts. Is Bryce Mitchell genuinely experiencing something supernatural, or is this just fight anxiety getting the best of him? Ian Garry says he's ready to return at UFC 317. It's been quite a while since his loss to Shavkat at UFC 310, and knowing Ian Garry well, he couldn't wait to announce when he anticipates to return. On his YouTube channel, he weighed in saying,
Am I fighting again? I would like to fight International Fight Week, June 28th. I don't care who, I don't care who they want to put in front of me. I just want to fight and I want to prove that I'm the best in the world. Do I think I won the fight against Shavkat? No. I believe on that night and to this day that Shavkat won 3 rounds and I won 2. But I was very close to winning that fight. I definitely prioritized defense in the first 2 rounds to not let the guy get any steam. And then I picked it up in rounds 3, 4, 5. And I believe like that was when the momentum shifted and I started to dominate. In my mind, I was a takedown away from winning that fight, and I would love to run it back one day, and I would love to avenge that loss, and I'm excited to because I believe that guy is going to hold the belt one day. We said it, we both knew it, we will cross paths one day, and I said it that week at Fight Week. I believe me and Shavkat are going to meet each other far more than once in our careers. Here we go. Why amn't I fighting for a title? I had a chat with my agent, and I rang him when I heard about when he told me about this news, and I was livid. Still am to this day. You know, I had a number 1 contenders fight where the guy now has to get knee reconstruction and is out for a year. But you know, it's not my fault. I didn't do it. I didn't stab his knee 20-something times and boot the leg off. I'm not fighting for a world title because I'm coming off a loss and they're giving it to a guy who's been injured for a year and they think that's more exciting, but they're wrong. The world title fight was meant to be Shavkat Rakhmonov taking on Belal Muhammad for the world title. But Shavkat apparently is out injured. I wonder how that happened. Now they're pulling in a guy who hasn't fought in a year because he's had an operation on his forearm because he broke it in his last fight and hasn't fought in a long time and hasn't been active. So they're giving it to Jack Della Maddalena to fight Belal Muhammad because I'm coming off a loss. That's okay. Don't worry, I'll get you all. You're all mine.
Are you excited to see him back soon? But do you think Ilia Topuria deserves an immediate title shot? And do you believe we shall have Jon Jones back for the Tom Aspinall fight? Let us know what you think by leaving a comment down in the comment section. And if you enjoyed the updates, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily MMA news. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one.